Hi, Capricorn. I know. But Saturn is leaving, and I thought you guys could use a break and not be told what to do for a little while, but I guess I was wrong. I apologize. It's all about love. Let me make it up to you. It's all about love. It's all about not doing it wrong this time. It's about saying how you feel. It's about not making work a priority. It's about making love a priority. It's about knowing yourself well enough to know that certain aspects of you have been holding you back. Here on the 7th, 8th, and 9th, you're going to get a really good look at what it is that's been holding you back. If you can't see this far, that is the Moon, the 8 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. We're cutting all of the nonsense out, Capricorn. It's time for you to take your place as Saturn enters your second house and you get to work. Work does not have to mean conflict, but if there is nostalgia for a relationship that could have been better, that can still be salvaged, you have to know that. Because you have the power now to salvage just about anything, but your priorities have to be in the right place. This, the Goring Hotel, across from Buckingham Palace, seems like the right place for a bit of rest, a bit of reevaluation, a bit of, I am quite, lovely or whatever. I think the camera just skipped or something, but I am, I'm worthy of this. I need to rest in this feeling of Saturn has taught me all these things, and now it's going to test me and say, everything I taught you, all the structure I gave you, what did you do with it? Here, let me throw some opportunities at you and see if you can keep your cool. See if you will remain on this throne. No one can teach you how to stay on that throne, but I think Saturn has done a really good job of kicking you around enough, 4 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, to put you squarely on that throne, and know for a fact, because you are Saturn's child, that you will stay there. Remember, Saturn has been more harsh with you than it will be with anyone else in the zodiac, because it expects more from you. You expect more from you because you are Saturnian. So the mix of high expectations and the meeting of those expectations is such a delicious mix that it leaves you, feeling like life is yours. Life can be exactly what you want. And it really can be, as long as you communicate how you feel to the people you feel these things for. There's really not much holding you back now from getting into a very productive, loving, either relationship or the revival of a relationship, the revival of a marriage. Also, this can be messages between you and an ex, someone that you found very hard to trust in the past, but now seems like a very good prospect. There's very interesting, super steamy things happening for Capricorns, but all under, the ambiance of, keeping it very classy, keeping it very hush-hush. But there's a lot of naughtiness running like a current under March for you guys, and into the year, really. But it starts with you being able to truly express yourself this month, and express yourself from that place where Saturn has positioned you and now expects you to stay there. Happy March. Let's look at these cards, yeah?
Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to the second part of your reading. If you hadn't heard in the other videos, I'll just explain myself. I had a feeling this corona thing might get out of hand, And I've been a bit stressed because I was worried about being able to get back here to Denmark where my son is. And it's been weighing on me. And when something is weighing on me and I'm not clear, I would rather not do readings because I don't want to taint whatever it is that's supposed to come through for you with what's going on with me. And so here we are. I'm in Denmark. Everything is good. All is well. And let's continue. Thank you for your patience. And I'm sorry about last month. All right. So the moon. The moon and the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Swords. This is really just whatever it was in the retrograde that spat back up at you. Like, you don't need this in your life. Like, we need to get rid of this. And understanding that doesn't necessarily mean you cut anybody out, but it did give you a new way of thinking. There is a lot more money to be made and a lot more ventures to be started. But the conflict, I'm not sure if the conflict is within yourself or if it's with another person or if it's with the memory of another person. Regardless, you want to be really careful about collaborating with your friends and your loved ones, which obviously everybody does, but when it comes to money, you might regret it. If you already have an inkling, and I said this a couple months ago, if you already have an inkling that someone isn't going to be able to handle the amount of, let's say, responsibility, let's say, wealth, success that would come to them if they were to work with you. Some people really can't handle that. Some people can't handle it and would rather sabotage you than have to step up themselves. Now, most of you, excuse me while I take my jacket off, it's really hot in here now. Now, most of you are thinking, well, yeah, that's me with everybody. Granted, this new period that you're coming into that defines the rest of the year is all about working in collaboration and love, of course, but it's about interpersonal relationships. It's about partnerships. So it would behoove you to get rid of this energy early. And how do you do that? Well, first you have to figure out where the conflict is. Is the conflict within yourself? Are you afraid of this Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles? Are you afraid of what you have to lose to get what you have to gain? And what you have to gain isn't something necessarily that you want, it's something you need. The Ace of Pentacles is something you need right now. The moon has shown you that and perhaps isolated you a bit. In general, we're all feeling a bit isolated. That would be the word. But for you, the retrograde picked back up something and recognized something within you that needs to, or was during the retrograde, resolved. And now you get this beautiful rest. And so here we are. So with the beautiful rest comes the beautiful earth sign energy, owning it completely cardinal earth. And next to it there we have the Three of Pentacles, which we know is the earthly version of great understanding and connection. We have the Four of Wands, which is a card of marriage and celebration. We have the Hierophant, which is also a card of marriage and celebration and custom and tradition and great wealth. We also have Venus in Taurus right now. So you're getting that extra boost of love that you may not even want, but you don't know quite yet how much you need it. The communication picks up in the next 2 weeks between you and any significant other that, anyone that you would want as a significant other, anyone from your past that you're still thinking about, or someone completely new that you've just met. The communication is there. That love communication, regardless of who it's coming from, is there. But that's just it, right? Regardless of who it's coming from. You don't want it to come from just anybody. And sometimes Capricorn can get so fixated, like, I only want this thing from this person. And I think that's a big part of what Mercury retrograde was trying to take you out of, and a big part of what Saturn expects you not to do anymore, which is, to be perfectly frank, not to be an emotional brat and to allow experiences to happen instead of having to control them to get exactly what you want out of them. Because the beauty of not controlling is that you don't know what you're going to get. And most of the time when you don't know what you're going to get, it's something that your imagination can't even conceive of. So you end up getting something way, way, way better than forcing the universe into playing your particular game. Especially when you're not even sure about your game and it wasn't even doing that much for you. It's actually kind of making you sad. So if there's a Taurus, an air sign, or a fire sign, or another earth sign in your life, it doesn't really matter which one. They're all pointing in the same direction. They're in awe of you. They think you're beautiful. They think you're wonderful. They like you a lot. But it's like you're both waiting to take some kind of initiative and it's not happening. This could be a work situation where you know something could really work out, but the other person's just not moving on it. In which case, I would suggest that you offer them a bit of an olive branch, especially if they have been badly treated, mistreated by you or by others. This is an opportunity for you to really, truly open your heart and not only do the hard work, which we know you love to do, but to do it from the heart. It's a great departure for you. It's not your normal. You're usually very risk averse, but I think when people need your help, you have a tendency to rise above even your own inadequacies, which is, of course, why we love you so much. It is a period of moving away from what you used to know and really getting on that life path now. Really, really, really getting on that life path. If you have Cancerian placements, this new direction in life is very, very welcome. Cancer's been waiting for that. If you have acquaintances or a significant other that is a Cancer, I would suggest explaining all this to them very slowly. In between bouts of this has no effect on us. Right? All right, so that is the reading. Let's get into extended right now. Love you so much.